music ourselves, I think that we appreciate artists who kind of follow their own path, and stick true to what their vision is. And I think that people can understand that that's what we're doing.
I've put myself away today. I've run it out beyond life. I've put myself away today. I've run it out beyond life.
It's kind of hard for us to gauge accurately what the consensual vibe is amongst the audience. I mean, we're just happy that we get to do tours and play for people, and I think it's just a sort of immediate happiness that we still get to play shows and that there's people there at all. So it's very primary for us. It's not, we don't have much of a chance to intellectualize the climate of the crowd. We're just still very appreciative that there are people, and we still get to do what we get to do.
And we're really still really focused on trying to really play the songs how we want to play them. So, I mean, it is always amazing when you go out playing new material that there's this immediate sort of acknowledgement from the crowd that they kind of know what you're playing, which is strange. Part of the new internet age, I suppose, that they know songs as soon as they come out. So that's kind of great.
I'll never let you down. You'll never be alone. I'll cover till we stay together.
It's really easy actually to get burrowed down in a hole with a song, and some songs come more easily and some songs you work on maybe too long. But yeah, we try and give ourselves loose kind of boundaries, and at some point know that we have to really kind of move on and limit ourselves from sort of experimenting any further. But yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
Which track were you most excited about?
I think, again, Wish You was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. It was sort of one of the ones that sort of really got us excited in the very beginning and sort of started a whole different approach to this record. We had 1 million songs, and that helped hone it down to...
Was that one of the first songs then?
No, kind of in the middle. We've done a lot of experimenting, and like Julian said, we've made a lot of songs, but in a way, that song really kind of crystallized the vision of the record.
This is a new thing, but we do have a sort of bank of sounds and ideas that we want to get back to that we couldn't fit into the record, which is new. But yeah, we have a lot of material, a lot of ideas, and I think it seems to be that if those ideas and sounds are still relevant after we tour on this record, then it'll be utilized or formed further, but it just depends.
That was one really fun thing I think about this record, is that we really just sort of opened up the gates to whatever sounds we wanted to, and really just let us play and experiment with different ways of creating that sound and then incorporating that sound into songs. And that was a really fun process that we had during this record. We sort of started in the beginning. It's sort of hard for us to also work on tour, so it's fun when tour is over and we can just focus on creating.
Yeah!
on the record, you know, we have such a sort of stranglehold creatively on what happens, and really that extends to a lot of the other sort of visual stuff that we do. But once we get finished with the record and we start to think about like the actual single videos, it's really a point where we acknowledge that it's time to kind of let go a bit and to allow for other people's interpretations of our songs to come in. We don't have a huge amount of input on the direction of the videos that are made, but we are really specific about ideas that we like in terms of the proposals that we get for them. So we kind of simplify things, and we sort of think, oh, well, you know, we like the idea that maybe this person wants to shoot the video at nighttime, and we kind of go with that idea. And the narrative and the kind of details that go along with it, we kind of try and leave a bit of ourselves out of that.
I heard you're working on a second music video coming up.
It's an animation.
That's why it's a computer
Yeah. So it's tough too, because we've chosen a really great artist. His name's Ian Cheng. It's hard to want to mess too much with his sort of imagining of the way the thing should work, and so, you know, because it's his kind of idea. You know, we do have some input on it, but really we try and let them go and really have fun with it.
This one's really going to be fun, I think. It's a very different direction for us, which we're all pretty excited about. And to become an animated character is pretty exciting.
Oh, you guys gonna be on?
Yeah, next time it's going to be Simpsons. I hope.
One thing that's difficult for us that we have to sort of acclimatize to is this idea of using, you know, the internet in this way where it actually is supposed to sort of divulge much more sort of information about you personally or your working process, and it's not something that we're necessarily, you know, immediately attracted to. I think that one thing that we miss a bit is this idea of mystery behind bands, when really all you had was an album cover and trying to sort of figure that out. Kind of a double-edged sword, but obviously it's a great tool, and we're like you noticed with our Tumblr, the Amateur Gore Tumblr, we've been trying to, you know, figure out ways where sort of conceptually it sort of works for us, and it's not just this kind of straightforward, you know, putting out information that's kind of, you know, boring.
I think it's like avoiding proof. I think that the consistent element in internet communication and mediums like Instagram, it's very proof oriented, like showing that I ate at this restaurant or I was here at this time, and I think somehow manipulating that is nice. Not providing proof or information, but sort of disinformation or open-ended things. You know, proof is such a shut down sort of commodity. You know?
It also opens up so many more creative doors that is fun. You know, like they're both saying, and so how do you then incorporate those ideas, you know, creatively and make it interesting? And so it's really fun to, you know, sometimes take a break from working on one thing to work on a video, and then to play with sound in a video. So it really opens up a lot more doors for creativity, which is really great. And then to be able to put that out into the world really quickly is pretty exciting.
Surprising part really is just when people sing words that you only just wrote. You know, it's pretty amazing when that happens, and Yeah, we get surprised, I think, like Aaron was saying, you know, by the responses to particular songs that maybe we didn't think were the ones that people would react so strongly to, but they do, and that's kind of an amazing feeling, you know. You always think that one song is going to be the one that's going to be exciting for them, but it's really always something that we don't know. One of the songs that we're surprised that is getting a great reaction is the title track, Wish You. You know, it's not one of the singles, and it's definitely one of the more challenging ones for us to play. So I suppose we've always been a little bit scared of how that was going to go, but in the end it's turned out to be a really great sort of thing to do live.
I think it has a lot of emotional connection to people.
Yeah.
I guess that's a surprising element is we felt that this record was very personal, and it's nice that I guess people can relate to certain things that we experience. I think the overall feeling that we have again is just great gratitude for just still being able to make new music, and that it's appreciated.